Hello everybody and welcome to my vlog. I'm very excited to be publishing another video, and today I'm going to be talking about dating con artists. You know, as a single woman, there's a lot going on out there and you need to always protect yourself. I mean, the word is very clear: guard your heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. We need to protect our hearts, ladies. We need to protect ourselves. And this, please, is not a man bashing session. I'm just talking about the types of individuals that we do come across in the dating world as a single woman. So the first group of individuals I'm going to talk about are wolves. Now, wolves, traditionally, if you're looking at a wolf as an animal, right? I'm not talking about people. I'm talking about an animal. They hunt in packs. And obviously, they have a purpose to serve in the animal kingdom. But in the dating world, wolves are very similar. They hunt in packs. And this is something that I've personally witnessed. And I'm going to ask you ladies, a very important question. But before I get to that question, I'm just going to give you a scenario. So you meet a guy, you can meet him at a random place like a supermarket, or again in a cafe. You meet somebody, right? And he introduces you to his friends. So it may not be immediately, like in the case where they're sitting at another table and he approaches you, or whatever the case may be. It could be at a later stage. You've gone for one or two dates with this guy, and then he introduces you to his friends. And ladies, how many of you have met, I don't know if it's a significant other currently, or it was an ex, right? You met his friends, and one of the first things they said to you was, "We have never seen him like this with anyone." How many of you can relate to that question? Because I know, I know you've heard that. And that's the thing about wolves. They hunt in packs. And you're thinking to yourself, but these are his friends. Why would they lie? They wouldn't lie. They're his friends, right? But that's the thing about wolves. You know, they work together to get you, right? To get you in, to suck you in. And before you know it, you're in a situation where you're dating this guy, and let's say sometimes you hang out with his friends, and they're also, always talking. And I remember when I was testing this subject with one of my friends, she actually pointed out that sometimes these wolves, these guys, are either in a long-term relationship or are married. And you don't know right off the bat that that's the situation. And that's the thing. That's the deception with wolves that I find very, very dangerous. Another situation that takes place with wolves, they're sometimes heavily involved in your relationship. So if you're having problems with this guy, his friends can sometimes act as a mediator. And they're saying, "Oh, no, hey, talk about it, don't be like that. No, he's going through this and he's going through that." Another group that I'd love to bring to your attention are what I call the vultures. And the thing about the vulture, when you study that type of creature, is it's a scavenger, right? And it's built in such a way that it can chew even the bones. And vultures are dangerous because they're predators. They're not just scavengers. They're predators. And the thing is with a vulture, he can sense your vulnerability. And he can sense that you want to hear certain things. Like, I literally, if I can tell you how many guys I've met who have automatically talked about marriage in the first conversation, you'll be shocked. There's a lot. And guys know that that's what we want to hear, And that's the thing about a vulture. He will feed off your vulnerabilities. He will be sensitive and kind and all of that. And his intention is to literally eat you alive. So he will take money from you. He will drive your car. He will do the most to get the most out of you financially, to the point where you're left with nothing. And that's the thing about vultures. They feed on your vulnerability. Now, the next group I'm going to talk about, and this is the one I'm a little bit, I might get attacked, is the dog. And dogs are loyal creatures. The behavior that dogs express is loyalty. They express confidence. They express confidence in the fact that, you know what, they can protect you. They can, they can shield you, or whatever the case may be. But the thing about dogs is the reason why I'm pointing out this is that they're philandering. This may be, I'm sure you've come across this. It's in the Bible, not me. Beware of dogs. Because where's the dog? The dog is in the house. And this dog, or this guy, may be approaching you and somebody else and somebody else and somebody else, and spilling the same story for all of you to hear and buy and bite. So now that I've told you about these three, these are my tips for, handling the situation. So I suggest that you take your time getting to know somebody. It's not a rush. Don't rush. Don't be in a rush. And it's so easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of a new romance. It's so easy for us to do that. We're sentimental beings. It happens. But I suggest you take your time to get to know somebody, right? Get to know who they really are. Ask the important questions. Ask the uncomfortable questions. Then the second thing is, be a woman of wisdom. Exercise discernment. This is your life we're talking about. This is the person that you are planning to spend your life with we're talking about. So you can't treat it as something very casual. You need to always exercise wisdom and discernment. Be alert. Pay attention. Pay attention to the subtle things that are happening around you. Take note of the instances where there's an alarm bell that rings. We've talked about this in the first video, being trapped in a relationship. Take heed of the warning signs. Don't ignore things and find yourself hurt and heartbroken. So that's it. Bye.